Okay, welcome back. So last time I made that, literally haven't moved, just started immediately afterwards. So let's get started in Tinker's Construct and not get too out of hand with it because it can feel a little cheaty. Number one, we're going to need some blank patterns. Patterns are very useful to the point where I'm actually going to need 2. Really I'm going to need 3, but you know, that'll do. I'll go with Darkland's Oak. So we need one oak and a thing to make the part builder, plank and the thing to make a stencil table, crafting table, very convenient that I stole one, and this to make a tool station, and then finally I'll grab a bit more wood, chest, and that makes a pattern chest. Now then, let's move this out of the way. Part builder. Oops. So they all connect together as long as they are actually attached. Chuck that blank pattern on the stencil table. We're going to make a pickaxe head, a binding, and a tool rod. Then, just in case, I will make a sharpening kit. And you can chuck them straight into the pattern chest. So now they're in here. But fortunately, you can also... Okay, hold on a sec. There, now you can access them from within the part crafter. Everything's happy. So we're going to go with the pickaxe head. I'm going to grab, 1, 2, 3, and 1. So that is the ratio we need to use. Chuck them all in. Tin's going to melt faster. While that's happening, I need to organize for myself. I'll actually want another, we'll get this already, get the copper. So I need to do this times 2 because I want to make 2 different things. Okay, so when we're using metals, things that can't be made here, there's only certain things you can make here. There's a book, Materials and You, which tells you like wood can be made at the part builder, flint, bone, cactus, etc. However, things like iron need to be cast from molten, and I'm going to be using bronze made of copper and tin, which needs to be cast. So to do so, we need to first make some placeholders. We're going to make stone out of the head and the binding, because I don't actually want these to be made of wood or stone or any of that garbage. However, the tool rod, I am happy for it to be made out of wood. It looks like a stick, but it's a tool rod. Now to cast something, put it down. This is just for temporary stuff. You melt down some clay. There we go, into molten clay. Pour that over the thing that we want to make a... This is a clay mold as opposed to a proper cast. I mean, it's a clay cast. So it's only got one use out of it. So we're going with the bronze into the cast, which will make us a lovely bronze pickaxe head. Look at that, ain't that beautiful? Let's put that with our tool rod. Next, I want to make a binding. This is because I want to make another cast for it. But the binding I don't want to make out of bronze because different materials have different effects. So, shut up. So, bronze has dense and they've each got durabilities. So the head's got 430, it can mine up to diamond. So it's basically an iron tool if you want to think of it that way. Not too bad in terms of speed. Who cares about attack because we're not making a weapon. And then there's modifiers for the handle and all that sort of stuff. So copper on its own, even without tin, actually is more durable as part of the extra, which is the tool rod and all that. Sorry, not the tool rod, the binding or whatever the hell. And also it's got free additional XP. For the handle, we're going to go back to wood because 125, it's fine. I mean, realistically, it's probably smarter to make the binding out of wood and the handle out of copper or something, but we don't think here. But it's got ecological, so it slowly regenerates its own damage. So we're going to go with copper, pour that in there, and now we've got a copper binding. Now, while I'm here, I have... I'm going to think about this. Because I already have brass. Let's just do another round of it, just to be sure. Because I want to make a block of it first, a block of something, so I can pour it out, so I can make a cast out of an ingot. Because every cast out of brass actually consumes the item just like the clay one. It's not really important, but still. So if you pick the right thing, you can just kind of shift click everything in the right place, because it's all over the place. Like, that doesn't make it. But this will put it in the right place. And you can even give it a name, so I'm just going to call it Brax, because it is my bronze axe. Oh, it's pickaxe, but still. Now I've got one block of brass, which is great. So I can pour an entire block's worth into the basin. It will slowly pour it out and then slowly cool down. There's different speeds of cooling depending on the material. For example, metals like aluminium and tin do it very quickly. Things like iron and such take a bit longer. So this way I can make an ingot. I don't really need that much, so we'll do it like this. Make sure we've got brass at the bottom. It only takes 1 ingot for brass. It's 2 for gold, which is why it's way more efficient. Even though technically it's taking 2, but now I can just pour. I mean, the ratio's a bit ugly, but you can just pour ingots straight on out. If you had ingots to pour straight on out, like I do with bronze. And so, not sure if you've noticed, but every 1 ore automatically goes into 2. I won't be using this eternally, just kind of using it for tools, because number one, it seems kind of cheap to this early and this easily make doubles of things. Is that, what is this ratio? Yeah, and there's other ways to do it more efficiently, so it's faster, produces more things such as like pulverizing, can produce extra dust and stuff like that. Bronze, I've got 2 more. That's how I'm going to start. I shouldn't have poured those 2 out. What am I doing? I got too carried away. I don't know why my numbers are incorrect. I'm going to put that copper back in. Also going to put the 2 back in so I can make something else that's fun in the morning. Cool. So I always go with stone because it's the cheapest and you can make it at a table. We're going to make a sharpening kit. Now, sharpening kit, if you combine it with flint at here, so you chuck like your pickaxe in this and a bit of flint, it'll upgrade the mining level. In this case, it's I think it's technically a downgrade. But if it's the same material, then you can actually repair your items. I didn't bring any clay, but you can repair your items out and about. Push. Okay, everything's back how it should be, like in good numbers. While I'm waiting for that to melt, may as well get these all out. I don't usually make a cast, like a proper brass cast, out of much else. 3 more in there, 2 more inside. Because I don't use this very often, and there's not much that I use it for. Especially with, there we go, or excavator, I don't actually need to make like bigger tools, like a hammer or a lumberjack's axe or whatever. I'm going to basically ignore that unless I'm making tools. But yeah, I don't need to make lumberjack axes or anything like that, because I can just hold tilde on with anything and it'll chop down the whole tree for me. Cool. Okay, so now that that's all sorted, I will also chuck this away and the book. It can go up there. Who knows? Let's bring these back down. I'll get a bit more in the way of food. That one. Something else I'm actually going to want to do, because food is in such a weird state. 3 makes your slabs, which makes 6 slabs, but then you cross it across. It'll make 2 sets of drying racks per set of slabs. And then with those, you can hang up your meat. And if you see it's progressing slowly, that will eventually make jerky. And jerky is basically the same as cooked in the vanilla, which is what we want, because cooking it now will just make like one shut. We'll basically just make one, so it's not very efficient. You have to go through all this food just to actually fill up your bar, and it's annoying. Anyway, back to the office.
Back to the office.
Anyway, ooh. I was gonna say I'll see you when I find something interesting, but I found something interesting. Not even particularly low. So lead. Oh no, I can't mine it with my stone, but I can with my brax. And lead usually comes next to silver. So yeah, starting to find some good stuff. It will still take me until basically Y level 16 to find anything good, by which I mean things like redstone, or diamond, or anything like that. Let's see if I can continue this. Ah, level 13. Tell you what, let's have a look at the mini map. Top right, lava, very close. I will go south because that could lead into a ravine, which would be nice and fun. Oof, silicon, hello. Silicon is used in Galacticraft. It's also used for Ender IO. It's like a substitute for their version of silicon, but it's very good stuff. Basically try and get it if you see it. Ooh, lead ore. This lead for some reason doesn't require an upgraded pickaxe. It's interesting when you've got so many mods. Hello. So many mods working together. Some of them work, some of them don't. Anyway, done 2 now. So yeah, normally emerald only spawns in a, what is it called? Extreme Hills or Extreme Hills? There's a different type of Extreme Hills. Only spawns in those 2. Fortunately, low redstone as well. Might as well get the electronite. Fortunately, the mining biome considers itself basically to be the same type, and it will spawn in emeralds as well. Click. Which means we can find emerald. Now I'm gonna, at this point, basically just try to get a whole lot of resources so I can make machines to process said resources into a whole lot more resources, and then we can start working on which kind of direction we want to go in first, what kind of stuff we want to make. I mean, first and foremost, I'm just going to want to make machines so I can actually process some stuff efficiently. I hate gravel. Now, if I had some coal, I could make torches, because I think it's Tinker's Construct again. It's a very powerful mod even on its own. More lead, more redstone. Hello, there's some light for me. But Tinker's Construct gives you access to stone torches by using, funnily enough, stone and cobble. Or well, you turn 2 stone into some stone sticks, as it were. I think it's called like stone rods. Oh, it's aluminium. There's only 2 mods that give aluminium, I think. Unless Space Metals does, but I don't think I found any. That being Galacticraft and what else was it? That's I think. Immersive engineering through bauxite. Okay, well, I found the lava. Cool. Alrighty. Coal, thank you. Even if it's just 1. So 2 mixed stone rods, mixed stone torches. Be nice. Alrighty. Get some good stuff. I'm gonna have a very full inventory, which is why I'm gonna try the backpacks mod. Because uranium. Even though there's things like bags of holding and forestry has its own bags and all that, there's one thing in particular I like about the backpacks mod, which is the fact that you can open them from within your inventory by pressing I. That's just such a nice feature. Ooh, nickel. Oh, I'm full. I won't need you. Okay, now what else can I get rid of? Andesite and/or diorite. Bleh. Actually, diorite's okay. Granite's the worst. Just hideous. Okay, once my inventory's full, I'll go back up top and start working through them. And that's not going to be very far from now. What the heck is that? Ah, silver. No, no. I'm not going to pick it up, am I? There we go, okay. Ah, that worked out. Very nice. Nickel is good because it can turn into Invar, which is used to upgrade thermal expansion and all that suite of what the heck, mods. Machines, that's what I was thinking. It can upgrade all of them, so very useful. There's a chance to get it when you pulverize iron, but a chance isn't good enough. Ooh, there's something else up ahead. Whatever this is. Oh, that might be like molten redstone or whatever the heck. Destabilized redstone they call it. Gosh, okay, I can't get any more redstone. It's going to fill my inventory. Actually, speaking of redstone... okay. There's a chance that it's meant to drop some sort of something else, which is to do with extra utilities. Haven't seen one yet. We'll waste it, it's alright. There we go, 8, oops. We'll just get to this one and see if there's anything good and then call it. Yep, thought so. Once I clear out this area, I'll go home, drop stuff off. I'll look into making machines in the next episode just because I know this is taking its time. But yep, it's silver I can work with. Oh, more nickel. That's alright, I'll just ignore that. So this is the stabilized redstone, you can actually just like walk through it. I think it's the same speed, if not slightly faster. No, not you, the torch. Thank you. Is it, ooh, hello. Oh, can I make room for this? Oh, gravel, yes, easily. So that's another thing about Tinker's Tools, they've got one of the things is modifiers, so you can use the table to add redstone gives it haste, lapis gives it fortune, you can add a diamond to bring its level up to the mining level of a diamond pickaxe, so that's obsidian and better. Emerald gives it just like a flat, no, diamond gives it a flat boost of like 200 durability or something, this gives it like a 50% boost. There's other modifiers you can do. The interesting ones are all on the weapons, so you can do like Bane of Arthropods, Smite, that sort of stuff. Yeah. I'll literally just get the copper. Yep. Time to head back. Okay. So something you may notice, mining biomes like always daytime. So when you come back it may be night. But also look at that. In fact, because of all this good stuff, I'm actually going to separate the good from the bad. No. Yeah. So I know what is good that I can like work with. I'll fix up some other stuff later. For the time being, there we are. Looking good. This is only a quarter of the way, but it'll get there. So thanks for tuning in again. Like I was saying, next time we'll look into actually kind of getting some machines going and turning some of this into basically this with just bars and bars of stuff. So yeah, cool. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.